find your comfortable sit or recline for that matter. I do want to use our breath to massage our hearts today. Mainly because, well, it's February, and so Valentine's Day is really an invitation to self-love again, right? So in that intention, welcome to Just Breathe.
I'm just so excited to see breathe.
Let the breath enter and exit as it finds access. Adjust the shoulders, adjust the pelvis, adjust your clothes and your props for support until you can settle into relative stillness. When I was first introduced into the yoga breath practice, the pranayama practice, there was a lot of emphasis on strength and vigor and even making sound by closing the throat for an ujjayi breath. But the more time that I spend in intentional breath practice, the more I find myself gravitating towards the sweetness. Noticing the pauses that are inherent in the flow without even having to exercise effort. And this has brought me such peace and, more importantly, access to deeper compassion. Rather than always making things happen, a lot of my practice for the last 5 to 10 years has been about allowing. Can I be with this? And that doesn't mean that I don't have intentions, that I don't put effort in, but by also creating space for non-effort, I'm not wasting effort on things that don't matter. I'm refueling in the pauses so that when I re-engage, I can do it with my whole heart. How does that land for you today? Can you relate to my history of an overperformer? Always feeling like I should be doing something? Or maybe a little bit of a sensation junkie, that if it doesn't burn, I must not be doing it enough. My brother used to come home from a day of play or at the gym or whatever, and he says, if I don't hurt, I didn't do it hard enough. And it's taken me a long time to let go of that kind of mentality, because it's not true. Gentleness will often reap greater rewards than force. So can you welcome in that compassionate gentleness and the breath as the doer of that loving kindness for you? You are the receiver of this beautiful gift of breath. You don't have to do anything to deserve this compassionate gentleness. It's in your nature. You are compassionate gentleness. How broad do your ribs flare? How slow can you transition from the in to the out? Give yourself your fullest attention as an act of love. As you return the breath through the exhale, returning it to the universe, can you feel yourself returning the gift and paying it forward, allowing it to have its own journey to nourish the plants and the animals, to contribute to the chemistry of our universe? We don't have to will that to happen, but we can ponder it in gratitude, in appreciation, reminding us of the union of body and mind, the union of the lungs and the heart to bring that breath in and redistribute it to all of the cells of our body. And by pausing in the moment and breathing, can we also bring a sense of divine union from our past, who we were, who we're becoming, who we may someday be? Use the breath to massage the heart. Le coeur, the French word for the heart, right? The root of our word, courage. So whether it is a sense of courage and bravery of revealing your heart, or whether it's just a sense of compassionate accepting and allowing, let your heart breathe. As our pranayama practice is really the preparatory work for deeper meditation, listen to your heart. What does the heart ask? What's the heart wish for you to know, to believe, to trust? Perhaps the breath can expand now, whether it's deeper into the lower belly or if it's higher into the upper lobes. whether it's broader in the ribs. Maybe you can even feel the shoulder blades moving. Or maybe it's just your attention to the minutia. What's transitioning? To know something, to really pay attention, is to love it. You can't invest attention without gaining appreciation, even if it's in disagreement. Give yourself, give your heart's desire, the divine spark, your attention here in this breath. Nourish it with compassion and kindness, gratitude. Invite it into a relationship with hope. Perhaps the hands want to lay one on top of the other at your heart. And then not so much to mimic perhaps the contraction or the beat of your heart, but the intention of your heart. You might allow some opening, some movement in your hands and arms, maybe even the head and the face. Lay the hands on the heart. Rest the shoulders. And then quicken the breath. Just for 5, 6, 7, or 8. Just see if you can feel the effort of the heartbeat respond to the shortening, quickening of your breath. And almost in equal measure, I find my breath slows down when I release that effort to breathe more quickly. This is often the case. We go from one extreme to the other. And the more comfortable we get in traveling that continuum, the more dexterity we have to meet ourselves where we are with compassion. But even more, when that compassion is freely offered to ourselves, we remember our humanity, it becomes more accessible to offer that compassion to others, even those we disagree with, even those who offend us, who might even wish us harm. We don't have to allow the harm, but we can still offer compassion. Bringing that attention back to yourself once again. Give yourself that last moment of attention. What will you use to remind yourself to come back here, to give yourself attention, to allow yourself to live from the heart, to breathe from the heart every day? As we close this practice, receive this blessing. May you breathe deeply. May you move freely. May you labor lovingly. May you live vibrantly and intimately with prana, with life force, with love. Namaste. Any questions, comments, observations?
It was awesome.